Hello everyone. Today is Monday, October 13th, 2025 at 2:38 a.m. in the morning. And they got the vehicular noise harassment campaign. So my anxiety is high right now. And so I'm, when it's either it's not too cold right now. But like, if it's days where, it's a little bit cold right now. So days where it's like nice and warm, or see, they didn't start this noise until after I start filming and recording. It was all quiet, but it would be like days where if the weather is nice, or but if I'm going through something and my anxiety is high, I would end up leaving the so-called sleep spot bench. I will leave the bench early. But I think I did doze off a little bit sitting on the bench. But I mean, or sometimes I will leave the bench early because if it's too cold or something, So now I came on here, this video, because I don't have the final confirmation yet, but I highly suspect that I'm hoping it's not the case, but I highly suspect that the homeless perp that gave me bed bugs, she followed me into a restaurant and gave me bed bugs back in late January of last year, a couple of days after the snow, and I got wrongfully kicked out of and banned from the Deluxe Inn Motel in Gretna for no reason at all. Because and I got kicked out and was not allowed to defend or explain myself, and was kicked out for no reason. All the guy said was, "My boss told me to check you out." And I think they were from India. So he said, "My boss told me to check you out." And so, I got wrongfully kicked out and banned. And I said, why? And they said, well, there were a lot of complaints. And I'm like, well, all the times, I'm a local here in New Orleans. And every time I have called that motel, that was the $80 Roche motel. It's like every time I called that motel, nobody would ever answer. So I don't know how to, and that happened with the Comfort Suites in Harvey. That happened with them too. That whenever I called, nobody ever answered. I was never able to get through. My calls never went through. But somehow, I don't know how the stalkers were able to succeed at contacting them. So the stalking cult, with fake Damnesia and also the fake sticky TT6 perp, that cult, the YouTube Red Triangle cult, those members were bragging, they were bragging about and about their threats to have me wrongfully banned And they got some perps over there that's super loud, ghetto and loud. And they're walking towards this way. So, dang, it's a whole freaking Monday, and they're loud, ghetto, and ignorant. Why the hell they won't go home and go to bed? So they're distracting me. They have some ghetto, loud, immature perps that's distracting me from trying to tell y'all my situation. So if they didn't, I mean, so the stalkers were threatening. They kept on threatening. They kept see they're walking, perps walking closer. So they were threatening me. See, the more I try to talk, the louder they get. Hold on, y'all. Shut the hell up. I say I wish I had my earbuds. I mean, I have my earbuds. I meant to say I wish I had another device. Move. Look, that's them. So, damn. So, that satanic cult, bragged about how they gonna get me banned from that motel, and they strategically waited. Come on, this is ridiculous. They waited for me. They waited for the day for that snow to happen. But then the workers at the front desk agents at that motel, I thought they were the owners, but they said that they just worked there. And they used to perp me. Like the guy was more respectful than the wife. But see, they're doing ghetto noise campaign. The guy was more respectful than the wife. And but the wife used to give me bad rooms on purpose and be very rude for no reason at all. But so the stalkers, they got me wrongfully banned from that motel for nothing. And they just like when they got me wrongfully banned from the Econo Lodge next door, which was a new hotel that was formerly a Century Inn motel, the Econo Lodge. They strategically waited for me to they waited for me to they waited till it was the week of Wyatt's death. I'm sorry, not Wyatt's death. I meant to say the week of Wyatt's funeral. It was the week of his funeral. And then You know, they waited till it was like, yeah, it was September 11th, 2 days before the funeral, where the family wrongfully banned me from the funeral, and the family wanted to jump me, and they were trying to kill me and stuff. But the stalkers, you know, illegally found out where I was at and prank called, and at first they were saying that I was not banned, and then later on they wrongfully kicked me out and banned me during Hurricane Francine. And when Hurricane Francine was raising up from Category 1 to Category 2 hotel, and all these people in my live stream, like I had lots of people in my live stream that day, and all these people, and it took like 2 or 3. I was standing there, and it took like 2 or 3 hours for me to finally get just barely enough for a hotel night. And people saw me suffering, you know. And then they sent locals from New Orleans to try to come and ghetto, narcissistically fake sabotage me trying to get hotel help out of the hurricane. So when it snowed, you know, it was 2 days after the snow fell, and I got wrongfully kicked out of and banned from the motel for no reason. So then they planted that homeless gang stalker, homeless druggie perp to infest me with bed bugs, and it was the worst case of bed bugs I ever had, you know. And it took me so many months to get rid of it. So like a couple of weeks ago, I saw that same homeless perp, and she tried to walk near me, and her and another homeless female, I was standing at the bus stop, and they were giving me threatening looks when I tried to tell them, you know, don't walk so close by me or get away from me. And now, yesterday, the homeless druggie perp, I didn't realize she had one arm or an arm and a half. And the homeless druggie bedbug infested perp, she was with a homeless man that was a homeless perp, and they followed me into Wendy's, and I'm like, oh shit. You know, the fact that they were just in that building, they weren't even close to or near me. But I don't have the final confirmation, but I highly suspect that but I don't know yet. Certain people might say, oh, it's all in your head, it's all mental or whatever. Well, I would hope it would be just all in my freaking head. But I figure, oh shit, why did they follow me in here? You know. And then at the library, I was not itching at all. Yesterday afternoon, I was not itching at all. And then later last night, after 9 o'clock, my legs and thighs started to itch at 9 o'clock. And then it was just itching. And then the rest of the time, my whole body started itching all over everywhere. And now, and then after like 1 o'clock in the morning, I started to feel like physical bites. And they got mosquitoes and termites out here tonight. So thankfully I didn't get bit by ants, but mosquitoes and termites. So like I have a couple of bites on my legs and the back of my thighs, and a couple of bites on my lower right side of my stomach, and I cannot tell if they're mosquito bites or bed bug bites. And because they've been having mosquitoes trying to bite me too, But another thing I was trying to tell y'all was, I'm still sleep deprived, y'all. Another thing I was trying to tell y'all was that, around the time, I don't remember if it was right before or right after, they stole my backpack a couple of weeks ago, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Well, I guess I'm going to say 2 weeks ago. When they stole my backpack, it was either right before, like a couple of days before or after that time. The stalkers were bragging to me about how they're doing a satanic ritual. How they were bragging about how they're doing a satanic ritual on me to make sure I get bed bugs. And they say, yeah, we're doing a bed bug ritual on you. So if they send homeless gang stalkers to plant me with bed bugs, or druggie gang stalkers, whether they're homeless or not, and they do it on purpose to sabotage me getting hotels and want me to suffer out on the streets. And when fake Damnesia, what was telling me back in January, he was trying to say that he hopes that I die of hypothermia. And he was bragging about, so both him and the fake sticky TT6 perp, it seems like they don't talk the same, but they both act very similar. And unfortunately, they linked up. So I wasn't even aware of this fake sticky TT6 cult. They falsely call themselves, try to downplay their gang stalking and call themselves Troll Team 6. And they call themselves Red Triangle Cult. They brag and admit that they're a cult, and they love to run around and say, Hail Satan, which means Hail Satan, what they try to say, So, and then they were harassing, and they were harassing someone named Tyree Sneed. And then the fake sticky TT6 perp, the one who came with the sunglasses and the 2 dogs over here, he whoa, get away. See, I don't know if that was a termite. He illegally hijacked the real Tyree Sneed's identity. He will lie to people and say he's Tyree Sneed when they say Tyree Sneed is somewhere in South Texas. The real Tyree Sneed, and they're harassing him and stuff. So they pretend to be me and try to use my identity online, and they pose as me, and the whole cult, they're all obsessed, and they're going after my supportive subscribers. And I don't know how they're finding the other social media of my supporter subscribers aside from YouTube, and finding them and trying to threaten, harass, torment, and terrorize them, and threaten them, threaten their kids, threaten their jobs, threaten to make them lose everything, and threaten to make their lives a living hell. just for talking to me and being supportive of me, you know. And unfortunately, the people who they have attacked, they attack you until they succeed at getting you to get scared enough that you would cave in and join the cult and start, you know, stalking and harassing me, you know, and trying to make my life a living hell, you know. So, as I said, I don't know for sure, but I'm still trying to figure out if I have bed bugs or not. I hope I don't. And the bastards always wait till I'm broke with no money to illegally plant bed bugs on me, you know. But I found that I'm not gonna publicize what, but I found out the solution that works. It doesn't work immediately, but it will work very fast, you know. So, yeah. So like the stalkers back in January, they sabotaged the hotel during the snow on purpose and infested me with bed bugs and got me wrongfully banned from so many hotels and motels. And then talking about that they hope I die of hypothermia, you know. So the video that I did yesterday morning, I got like, I'm pretty sure over 200 views by now and like only 3 or 4 likes. And it's like, well, what did I say that people got mad at me, or, you know, what did I say wrong? Excuse me, what did I say wrong, you know? So, I mean, so it's like, I mean, as I said, I don't, it's not confirmed yet. I'm still trying to guess and figure out, you know. But I don't know yet. But I'm still trying to figure out, you know. But I have part of the solution. See, if my other bag didn't get stolen, then I would have had the solution like right away, you know, to get rid of the bastards if I have them. But I don't think the bed bug bites will show up and then disappear. Like the whelps, you know, they would stay on for a while. But it seemed like as if the bites, you know, I was bitten up, and then the bites, they the physical whelps, you know, it seemed like they disappeared. So I don't know if I think it might be mosquito bites. I hope I'm not just overreacting or whatever. Well, I don't know. I would rather be overreacting than to be the real deal. So I'm just, you know, documenting and telling y'all everything that's going on. Like last month, I did not even give any. I mean, I did not even see, they got more perps. They came and followed me with that noise. They're perping with red bikes. They're both perping with red bikes. So, but see, they manipulated for me to lose my train of thought. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. But I had the solutions to, I mean, you know, to get rid of them quicker if I do have them. I had the solution, you know, that I could have got rid of them sooner. But the solution was in my other bag that got stolen, along with my Bible, the MP3 players, other toiletries and important court documents and birth certificate and all that, So now I remember. So last month, the stalking criminals, they prank called one of the hotels that I was at and lied and said I had bed bugs. No, it was back in August. And it was the August 11th court date. So it's like, and they nearly succeeded at getting me wrongfully banned because I had no mention of bed bugs. I did not have bed bugs at the time or nothing like that, But this might be just like mosquito bites or something. I might just be like freaking out because I saw those homeless perps. But I remember how badly contagious they were, But I'm gonna let y'all know. But the stalkers can't be like, oh, Candy got bed bugs, and if I didn't show if they just show a video of me saying that I'm afraid I might have it, but like, they try to plant either homeless or druggies, whether they're homeless or not. They try to plant people. They plant gang stalkers to try to infest me with bed bugs on purpose so I wouldn't have hotel, so that they could set me up to die in bad weather and stuff, And they're being malicious, wicked, and evil. But there's more stuff I need to talk about, but it's 3:05 a.m. in the morning, and my phone battery is at 57%. And I won't be able to upload this until after I get to the library. But keep me in your prayers. It doesn't look like I could get to live stream at the library because they keep illegally swatting me. So please be on the lookout for any regular videos for me to do. All right, I love you. I'm going to get off the video.